Hello students, welcome to your social science class. Today we are going to begin with part 6 of chapter number 11, rights and duties. So in our last classes we have discussed about fundamental rights and fundamental duties and how we should maintain a proper balance between the fundamental rights and the fundamental duties. Now the next thing which is provided to us by the Constitution of India is the directive principles of state policies. So in part 6 we will be discussing in details about the directive principles of state policy. Now what is the meaning of the directive principles of state policy? The Constitution has laid down some guidelines for the government to govern in a better way and ensure the welfare of the citizens. So the Constitution of India has provided some guidelines or rules according to which the government should function so that it can run the government in a better way and it can ensure means make sure the welfare or the well-being of the citizens. These guidelines are called the directive principles of state policy. The government must try to follow these guidelines while making laws and policies and putting a law into practice. So when the government makes laws, they should keep in mind the directive principles of state policy. However, it may not be possible for the government to ensure all of these completely. Citizens cannot go to a court if the directive principles are not followed by the government. So like if the fundamental rights are broken by the government, the citizens have the right to go to court and seek justice, ask for justice. But if the government is not following the directive principles of state policy, the citizens don't have the right to go to court and complain about the government. Now let's discuss about some of the directive principles. Some of the directive principles are given below. Number 1, promotion of justice on basis of equal opportunity. So everyone should be provided with equal opportunity. Everyone should get equal chance. Free and compulsory education for all children up to the age of 14. So all the children who belong to the age of 14 must go to school and the education should be made free and compulsory. Promotion of education and economic interests of the scheduled caste, the scheduled tribes and the other weaker sections. So the other weaker sections of the society like the scheduled caste, scheduled tribe, they should be given proper facilities for education and for earning monies, that is economic interest. Now we will quickly recapitulate whatever we had learned in this chapter. So what is the Constitution? The Constitution of India is one of the longest written constitution in the world. The Constitution of a country tells the government what it can do and what it cannot do and prevents the government from becoming all powerful. So this we have learned earlier. The citizens of India have been given some fundamental rights by the Constitution, the special benefits. When the fundamental rights are taken away, people can go to the court and seek for justice. The Constitution of India has laid down certain fundamental duties for the citizens. So like the fundamental rights, we have to follow some fundamental duties which we have to carry out responsibly. The Constitution has laid down some guidelines for the government to govern in a better way and ensure the welfare or well-being of the citizens, which is known as the directive principles of state policies. So I hope so you are clear with all the concepts of this chapter. So your assignment will be to read 5 times the directive principles of state policies and you will revise the whole chapter thoroughly. Thank you for today. Have a nice day, children.